Hello and welcomes back everyone, Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Ciaphas Cain here, my Jedi Knight, and where we last left off, we were doing a few more space missions, and we got to know Qi'ra's past just a little bit more before she was found by Master Kiwix. We're now ready to continue our main storyline. We know that a Sith Lord known as Lord Fulminus is traveling to the recently discovered world of Voss. So, let's get ourselves underway. There's plenty we could talk about on the world of Voss, but we can talk more about it once we've arrived, perhaps. Voss was first discovered only a few years ago, and the rocky, lightly forested planet remains absent from many star charts. Two distinct cultures inhabit the world, both at a pre-spaceflight stage of development. The first culture, known as the Gormak, is a xenophobic and violent species that dominates most of the planet's surface. The second culture, known as the Voss, has been amenable to contact with outsiders and welcomes visitors to the mountain city of Voss-Ka. The Voss have a highly ritualistic society and are notable for their unusual attitude with the Force. The Republic and the Empire have both sent representatives to Voss-Ka to explore the possibility of an alliance.
We're in orbit around Voss, Master SWTOR.
Be wary when you reach the surface. Voss is a strange world under the absolute control of a group of powerful Force users called the Mystics. The Mystics reject the idea that the Force has both a light and dark side. They claim to follow a neutral path, both in their politics and the Force. Despite their claims, I fear the Mystics have more in common with the Sith than with us.
Are you saying the Voss are servants of the dark side?
The Mystics use the visions given to them by the Force to control the lives of ordinary citizens. Like the Sith, they use their power to dominate others.
The Mystics are prophets who shape the direction of Voss society. The Emperor wants to wipe out all life in the galaxy. Hardly the same thing.
The dark side is subtle and insidious, as you well know. The Emperor did not begin his conquest of the galaxy by declaring his true intentions.
I'll be careful while I'm down there, Master.
A Jedi must be ever vigilant, but the Mystics are not your primary concern. We haven't uncovered the Emperor's plan to destroy Voss yet, but he recently dispatched a Sith Lord named Fulminus to this system.
Lord Fulminus created the Harrowers you faced in the Emperor's fortress. Be wary.
The Harrowers were twisted beings of pure evil.
The dark side has the power to corrupt life itself. Fulminus is a master at manipulating evolution to create unimagined horrors.
We know Fulminus is somewhere on Voss. He's communicating with the Emperor through an encrypted communications relay. We've detected several signal scramblers outside the planet's capital city of Voss-Ka. Disable them and we can track the comm signal to his location.
Fulminus wouldn't just leave those scramblers undefended.
The signal scramblers were hidden deep inside the savage Voss wilderness. Reaching them will be dangerous, even for a Jedi. If you act quickly, you should be able to disable all the scramblers before Fulminus knows what's happening. Then we can find him. May the Force be with you.
Okay, so what? Fulminus is some master at Sith alchemy, perhaps? Using the Force to affect evolution to create unnatural horrors. Once again, Voss is a world that both Republic and Imperial players travel on at the same time, and actually have a very close route they will travel together. If there are players on the PvP instance in the same regions we are, there is a very good chance you would encounter one another. No, there are less people doing the storyline nowadays. You never know who you might encounter. You never know if you'll encounter someone who may just stab you in the back. At the same time, we both have our own orbital station, which we've just arrived on. And the city of Voss-Ka, as we'll probably learn, is similar to the promenade on SWTOR, considered a neutral ground for both the Imperial and the Republic. It is, I think, the only city of the Voss, and they will basically allow no interruptions to their society. Hello, Commander.
Hold up a minute. Commander Harada, Station Security. Glad I caught you before the shuttle. I have an urgent message from Ambassador Janik, our envoy on Voss. I'll patch him through now.
Master Jedi, I'm well aware of the Order's stance on Voss, but the situation is getting desperate. Negotiations with the Voss have stalled, and I'm looking for high-profile help. Are you familiar with the planet?
My knowledge is limited.
The Voss are the planet's only civilized race. We made contact with them a few years ago. They have little knowledge of the greater galaxy and only recently obtained spaceflight from us, but they're not primitive. Their society revolves around the mystics, Force users who have visions of the future. Those visions guide every decision the Voss make, and the Voss believe they're never wrong.
The Voss only do what their visions tell them.
The mystics see what's coming and declare what the Voss should do to achieve it or avoid it. A Republic alliance with the Voss could be key to winning this war. Unfortunately, the Empire has the same idea. So far, the Voss have refused to take sides, and they've established rigid neutrality laws to keep us in line.
The Voss have to protect themselves.
Good. I spent too much time defending Republic citizens who get into scrapes with Imperials. We need to show the Voss that the Empire only acts respectful because of the mystics. I'm doing everything I can to expose them, but the Voss don't seem to hear me anymore. A fresh face might help.
I'm willing to represent the Order.
The Jedi are the closest we have to a mystic. It can't hurt. I'm staying at a Voss survey outpost, keeping an eye on the Empire. Commander Harada can handle the details of getting here.
Not much to arrange. Shuttle will take you to Voss-Ka, their capital city. Local transport can get you to the survey outpost. Remember, the Voss keep all outsiders confined to the alien enclave, regardless of affiliation. Someone makes trouble, ignore them.
Okay.
The sooner you help us, the sooner we can stop tolerating the Empire.
So the ambassador for the Republic is not currently in Voss-Ka itself. And we have a codex entry for the Voss capital city here. Well, the Voss city, I suppose you could call it. Atop a sacred mountain stands Voss-Ka, the only true Voss settlement on a planet overrun by the tribal Gormak. The city is spread across several peaks, accessed by bridges spanning the vast gorges below. Notable landmarks include the Tower of Prophecy, the alien enclaves, and the buildings assigned as impromptu embassies for the Republic and Imperial ambassadors. Under the administration of the Free, life in Voss-Ka is tranquil and orderly. Most Voss live peacefully here, caring for their families, cultivating the plants growing wild on the mountain, and maintaining equipment for the Voss commandos in the ever-expanding war against the Gormak. There is no dissent in Voss-Ka, and little crime. Many exchange and mercenary visitors have tried to take advantage of the city's lack of regulation and serene attitude to law enforcement. However, persistent breaches of the peace in Voss-Ka are punished decisively, with dangerous offenders taking the step of harmony off the mountain. Indeed, the step of harmony. This first part, before we actually go see the Republic Ambassador, is going to be really an exploration of Voss-Ka itself. Perhaps before we travel to Voss-Ka, we should have looked at our mail. General Skylast, who we met on Belsavis, sent us a message regarding the World Razor. He sent a team down into the tomb and is happy to say that there is no signs of anything out of the ordinary. His team did find a small storage vault hidden out of the way and sent us a green vitality crystal. Thank you. Oh. We have our heroic mission terminal here. We have 2 weekly missions. Completing the one that requires you to complete all 4 heroics would gain you reputation with the Voss. How do the Voss feel about us right now? We are considered a hero to the Voss people. The native people of the recently discovered planet Voss can be difficult for outsiders to comprehend. Their speech can seem reserved and even terse, and their use of the Force defies the standards of Jedi and Sith alike. But both the Republic and the Empire have deemed friendship with the Voss a top priority to a single, inarguable truth. The mystics of the Voss have visions of the future, and those visions are always correct. Indeed, the visions of the Voss are always correct. The mystic will have a vision, and then a trusted group of Voss, known as the interpreters, will interpret the meaning of the vision, and therefore help guide Voss society to accept or maybe to try and avoid that vision. At the moment, I believe, if I remember correctly, we have the main body of the Voss is ruled by a group known as the Free. And the Free, I believe, are the 3 primary interpreters of the Voss, who kind of decide the day-to-day activities of Voss society.
Voss is a lot prettier than I expected. Sure beats the last few places we've been.
Belsavis wasn't so bad, even though you weren't there. A little bit of a look around here. Ooh. Something happened to this speeder bike, that's for sure. As I say, despite Voss-Ka being neutral ground, we pull out our map here. This is the entirety of Voss. We have a region known as the Old Paths. We have the Gormak land. We have the Nightmare land. What happens in those regions that isn't seen by a Voss? Well, if no one saw it, it didn't happen. So, accidents between the Republic and the Empire no doubt occur. We have our local transportation, which will get us down to the survey outpost and meet Ambassador Janik. Ooh. We have a law object on the Voss species themselves. The Voss are a newly discovered humanoid species with a strong affinity for the Force, though they don't recognize it as the Force. Confined to a single city, Voss-Ka, on their homeworld, they possessed a pre-spaceflight level of technology until their recent discovery by the Republic and the Empire. Today they have begun integrating outsider advances into their own culture, but remain isolated and backward compared to the rest of the galaxy. Voss society is difficult for outsiders to comprehend, as they are guided in everything they do by the infallible visions of their Force-using mystics. This unwavering obedience is often misinterpreted as a stoic fatalism or a lack of emotion, but beneath their reserved words and placid exterior, the Voss are a passionate and truly devoted people. The Voss share their world with a far larger Gormak population, and consider the tribal Gormak to be little more than beasts. While the Voss readily acknowledge the threat the Gormak represent to their society and constantly war against them, there is never any consideration given to wiping them out entirely, as mystic lore clearly states that the last Gormak must never die. Indeed, there was a mystic who had a vision, who clearly stated in the vision, or discovered through the vision, that the Voss would die if the final Gormak died as well. Therefore, they are not allowed now to truly be genocidal to their tribalistic Gormak. We have a couple of Voss here, having a bit of a debate with, it's like a Republic ambassador. We have an individual here who we won't speak to for the moment. We'll speak to them later once we've learned more about Voss and its culture. One thing I really like about my time on Voss is how the world quest and the story quest for your character tend to be entwined. There are reasons why you must travel to the same places. And in fact, completing the world mission in terms of completing the world mission makes sense for your character to progress your story mission. We have a new codex entry here.
Nice to see customers. Can I get you anything?
Anything of interest? As we can have an idea of what our armor's gonna look like as a knight here.
Feel free to browse.
Oh, it's locations I need. Here we have the alien enclave. To the Voss, all outsiders, Imperial and Republic, diplomat and pilgrim, are ranked equally. As such, off-world visitors are all grouped together in the alien enclaves, specially designated areas of Voss-Ka where outsiders can do business. This also allows the Voss to keep an eye on their visitors and control their movements within the city. With Voss commandos constantly on guard, tensions in the alien enclaves run high. Nearly everyone there has the same goal, gaining the favor of the Voss. But they're also conscious that the Voss can order them off-world if they cause an incident. Ambassadors from the Empire and the Republic are icily polite. Independent traders and captains carefully compete to sell their wares. Jedi and Sith walk large circles around one another. In the chaos of war, the alien enclaves represent islands of peaceful cooperation, albeit socially awkward ones. We have the Imperial Ambassadorial building here. And we have... Let me see, get this right. We have the Republic District and the Imperial District over there. Oh, we have a member of the cartel here.
This ain't fair. I got just as much right to be here as the others.
You have no rights. You will leave.
And go where? All the Voss are here. Man's gotta make a living.
Trade beneath Voss-Ka with the outsiders.
Figures. After I paid the local rugrats to haul all my stuff up here.
Judicial quarter. We have, I believe this is the Tower of Prophecy, just ahead of us here. We have two Voss looking to gain our attention.
May we speak? We have questions. Your republic is unknown to us. Why have you come to Voss?
We need to understand why you do things as you do.
We do things as they must be done.
And the Empire? What do they seek on Voss?
The Empire is only concerned with making themselves more powerful.
Then we should avoid them. The three will guide us, as they always have, but we will remember your words. Thank you for speaking with us.
So we have some Voss commandos patrolling. Oh, is this the local cantina? I think it is. Why don't we poke our head in, shall we? I was hoping to find someone here. And they are not. Huh. Do we have our reputation vendor here? Would we like to look like a Voss ambassador? deep blue and black dye. And a couple of stronghold items. Let's continue further along this way. I think this is more where the Voss themselves live and probably work. Oh, we have a little crafter and gatherer marketplace here. How are we doing? Our slicing is doing very well. Would like to come down this way to show off at least one landmark, which we also showed off with Vadran recently. Well, I say recently, about a month ago. Yes, the step of harmony. And this exchange fog may be taking said step in a moment. Many off-world visitors have commented on the lovely view from a certain long platform in Voss-Ka that stretches out over the mountain. Few realize that this platform, the Step of Harmony, is the Voss's method of handling individuals unable to abide by Voss's simple laws. The violently deranged or the truly heretical. Those who commit particularly grievous offenses take the Step of Harmony by being cast over the edge of the mountain. Despite its grim purpose, the Voss do not view the Step of Harmony as a place of execution. To the Voss, deviant behavior is a result of being wrong-minded. Removing such people from the city is a positive act that restores order. The Step of Harmony also serves as a powerful symbol, emphasizing that, to the Voss, there is no greater punishment than being permanently expelled from Voss-Ka, whatever route the offender takes. And, oh look, there's a Datacron down there. I don't think we'd survive this fall. Yeah, to the Voss, they all believe in that singular purpose, that greater good of the Voss people and its culture. Their culture is shifting now with this outsider influence, but not all of the Voss see that as a positive thing. In fact, as we'll learn, outsider influence is considered one of many forms of corruption, which is helping destroy the Voss. And so they are very careful in what they are adopting into their society. what we'll do is get ourselves back over to the Republic District, and then we'll take a small break. When we come back, we'll get ourselves ready to head over to the supply outpost, or the survey outpost, and meet with the Republic ambassador and see if we can act as another representative of the Republic and of the Jedi Order.
This ain't fair. I got just as much right to be here as the others.
You have no rights.
See if we can aid the Republic ambassador in helping promote the positive sides of an alliance with the Republic. Yeah, we'll just get ourselves parked here, why not? So when we come back, we'll be taking that shuttle in the background. We'll be getting ourselves down to a region, I believe known as the Old Paths, where we'll meet with Ambassador Janik. Thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.